if it is trying to apply on the machines that understanding, it's okay. Machines are getting it or not, complying with new working or not, that is another point. What I am saying, if operator understands this is the way, this is the right way, that is how if I work, I will be more happy, I will be full of joy. So let me implement these things. But if he forgets in implementation, then again and again. But then who is going to remind him? Either self-reminder, or you keep the company of such books, such programs. Otherwise you change the company. Suppose you start watching more TV serials and all that, everything will go. That's why it is a practice, it is a discipline. That's why he said it is a discipline. Yoga is a discipline.
Is it true that if the understanding leads to a particular experience, it will be more firmly embedded in
Yes, this is true. This is true.
Because what you experience cannot be unreal.
Yeah. What you experience cannot be unreal. There is no question of unreal, but that cannot be perfectly real also. Every day we are experiencing the things. Whole life is experience from external inputs. But what Patanjali is saying, what you are receiving from outside is not what exactly is outside. Getting my point? What you are receiving from outside is not exactly what is outside. You are interpreting it in your terms and seeing that interpretation, not the thing in itself. This is the point. You are seeing a thing, a situation, a circumstance, and you are interpreting in your own terms. That is based on your experiences of past. So it's a box thinking. It's not out of box. You are in a limited circle, things are moving. Whatever comes from outside, it will be interpreted on the basis of this stored experiences, given a shape, and this shape comes before you. And you see this, not the thing which came to you, changed into nerve current, reached to the brain center, then mind getting attached. See how the instruments are needed to see the world. If eyes are not there, we cannot see. Ears are not there, we cannot see. If the ego is not there, many conflicts will go away. Life may become more smooth, more happy. This earth may become heaven. Because of wrong perceptions, chaos in the world. Otherwise, this world has more resources than required, more money than required to serve each and every individual. Just because the perceptions are wrong, things are in this shape. And that's why there is a philosophy which says that the whole world is an arena where you come to struggle, to learn, to grow, and finally to move out. So this is all the growing process which we are discussing. See, we do not understand even the working of our whole mechanism, how we perceive the things. And we are into the world. We are living in this world and we do not know what we are perceiving. Is it the real thing we are perceiving, or it is something different from the reality, and we are going on living. This is the plight of the humans. So Patanjali from very first verse is saying, stop these vrittis. But it's not easy, because the information is pouring in, taking the form of the vritti. And you cannot be so aware, in fraction of seconds it happens. See a thing, got interpreted. You cannot be so aware that you can stop at that level. The input started, reached, changed into nerve current at the brain center, and mind is so aware that it takes the things as it is. Intellect is so aware that it takes the things as it is. Ego is so diminished that it takes the things as it is. This is not our state. It's not possible. That is very heightened consciousness that one can do this. Sometimes when you do meditation, you touch such stages. You are so free, so relaxed. We are not relaxed, in fact. When you are so relaxed, sometimes you have the glimpses of such things. Some of you must have gone through the happiness analysis of Dr. Nagendra Ji. Have gone through. Only you? So it will come, I will be explaining. There are moments when we feel happiness, and these are the moments when we really perceive the things as it is. How it is done is a very nicely explained. It will come to you. You will realize, yeah, it's possible, it can be done. It is happening automatically. If this machine has been devised in this way, the creator also knows that it cannot be put on the constant stress, otherwise it will collapse. So some automatically it catches some glimpses of the bliss. That keeps it moving. That's why the sleep has also been inbuilt. These all are the corrective measures are there. That is for the machine only. Otherwise this will collapse.
I have a question.
Please.
Listening to things. Suppose if it is a thing, like whatever it is, right? So I take it as it is. But when it comes to interpersonal, communication, so suppose that person different intention, but I take it as a, of course, based on my experience, I take it as a good or bad. But how to take the same, whatever he's thinking, or intention,
Yes.
as it is to me. So it's not possible.
It's initially it is not possible. I agree. Even you are assuming that you are seeing it as it is, this is also not right. There will come a time, there may come a time of your growth, you will see that you have never seen the projector. And when you will see first time, it will be entirely different. Everything is made of the bliss. Every particle is full of bliss, whether it is material or living. So, through practice, through methods, it reaches to that level, the operator reaches to that level, that it can see the things as it is, without waves. There was a time when like this the wires are used, no? But now wireless system is also there. 100 years before, nobody imagined that there can be a wireless system. Now you are receiving everything through the nerve currents. There can be direct perception also. Without using the old mechanism. This is why you can say it's with wire. Though it is not, it's wireless. From here it is reaching there. What is there? But there is medium in between. some rays, light rays are going, traveling. That's why you are becoming visible. Your image is being formed on my retina, or my image is being formed on your retina. That's how you are perceiving me. How can you say you are seeing me really? An image is being formed there in the retina. That is being transformed into the nerve current, reaching to the brain, and brain is mind is connecting to that brain center. Okay, this is Ajay. He has come to take yoga classes. Then interpretation, what nonsense he is teaching. It is all headache. Analyzing the mind. Okay, this is really a difficult subject. So we will go slowly, but something we must gain in these 5 days. We will, I assure you, will get the whole Patanjali Yoga Sutra, essence of it. It cannot be covered fully, each shloka, but the essence of it will reach to you. So interpretation has taken place. He is saying it's suppose not nonsense, you may say what he is saying is not practically possible. So what you now, not practical possible, covered the things which came, and now this has been perceived. Doership, sense of doership, and then perceived. So where is the real thing? Same thing happens in the interpersonal relationship. The real problem to the humans is interpersonal relationship. What else? It's easy to handle the inert matter. When it comes to deal with the living beings, it's a real problem. Whether it is in family or workplace. Even people working under you or over you, every side there is difficulty. And this is multiplied because each and everyone is doing the same thing.
Each one has his own perception.
Each one has their own perception.
But say that we were all taught this as children. We all had this awareness. Then would it be easier?
Pardon?
So say we were all taught this as children. All humans, we were taught this. We had this understanding
Okay.
that this is how it is.
Oh,
Then
okay.
how would we interact? How would the world be different?
You want to imagine that situation or a stage when all have this knowledge that they do not perceive the things based on their past experiences. Okay?
And that we know that we are the operator, that we are not the body, we are not
Yeah, we are not the body, we are the operator, and not only the operator, we are the trained operators. We are not the imperfect operators. We know the yoga also. Yoga means not only asanas, not only pranayama. This is the greatest wrong notion, which is now very prevalent. Yama niyama people have forgotten. Without that there cannot be any yoga. So yoga means yama, niyama, asana, pranayam, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. When you reach to this samadhi, then the yoga gets complete. Then you become the yogi. But nowadays everyone is called yogi. So it's not a problem whether you call it yogi or not. Problem remains the same. They also suffer. They also feel stress. They also have lot of targets to fulfill. The yoga studios running, expenses are there. They need the client. Though they are teaching yoga, but they are also under stress. Then what is the yoga? If you are in stress and you are teaching the art which teaches to be free from stress, what is the sense in it? And do it accordingly. Be little more relaxed. Don't be so target oriented. So if all become like this, they will reach to another level, higher level. Once you complete this learn the working of this operating system, something higher will be installed. Getting my point? As in the animals, there is a very primitive kind of software, operating system is there. When you completed that, you have been given the little more complicated. Once you learn to complete this, you will be given something higher. But that will not be traveling to you. Higher means not more travels. Then you may participate, you may be asked to participate in the creation. One of the workers over there. Getting my point or not? See, in every office you require many people. So this whole creation involves advanced souls also. Some designations are there. It is given in the Upanishads. Those who evolve to a certain level beyond human, they are given some task according to their level of evolution. But why to think of that? It is fantasy, nothing else. First we have to we have to learn to live stress-free, perceiving the things as it is, making the operator really come into the place, into the job, making body and mind not to control you. You leave apart you. Body is controlling mind and mind is trying to control body. This is happening. It is fragmented. One part is going this way, another is going this way. Emotions are going this way. There is no integration. The point of integration is ego. Mine. That's why they are integrated. If you forcefully remove this mind, they got defragmented and become mad. But if you systematically, spiritually replace this with the soul, with the operator, this ego is replaced with the operator, then everything gets in the right place. You wanted to ask this or something else?
No, I wanted to ask that, but so then I'm talking, so we're
all will be happy, all will be happy, cooperating each other. You want to assume that situation when all are enlightened, all will be happy, cooperating, loving, caring, joy and joy and joy.
It's not possible.
You want everyone to be enlightened simultaneously. That is the problem. But if suppose it happens, then this will be heaven.
So you can implement this at the early stage of the life.
That's what she
To the children.
Children,
We
and then
start with the young people, not us for older.
Okay.
But with the young people,
Yes,
once
yes.
we taught them this,
I have seen them that they grasp this analogy very sincerely, because every children is familiar with the computer. I have gone to the schools, even third or fourth standard student immediately understand the concept which many Vedantins will not understand. Those who have read Upanishad, they find difficult to understand what is Atman, what is this, how to. But through this, very easy to understand. Okay, this is hardware, this is machine, this is operating system, mind, this is energy, prana. But where is the operator? Okay, where is the operator? Even the children understand. And then you make them sit for a minute. Okay, close your eyes. Watch. Any thought came? Yes, came. Okay. So you saw the thought? Yes. The one who saw the thought is the operator. Strengthen it. That is how the practice can start. You saw the thought, it means you are not the thought. Something which you see, how you can be that? Right? So that is how the operator becomes strong. Slowly it starts growing. Then operator, being the spark of the divine, already from within itself come the path where to move, how to connect. It will reach to yoga, it will find the way. It will automatically connect somewhere. But worldly may not be so, you may not be so happy to see, because what we want one to be very successful in the materialistic way. That may not be the end result of this, or maybe also. You can't say this exactly, this will happen or this will not happen. There is example of Raja Janak, King Janak. He was enlightened, but he was a king as well. It depends. It depends. Shankara enlightened but monk. Vivekananda enlightened but monk. So Buddha, son of king, left everything, became monk, got enlightened. So you cannot compare with the worldly progress, but they will be more happy, this is assured. What happiness, bliss they feel, we cannot even imagine. We cannot imagine. They drink from the fountain head. That's why they are so happy. This one example. You see Dr. H.R. Nagendra, you have seen? Look at his eyes. Withdrawn, inwardly withdrawn. Most of the time he is half outside, half inside. This is the state. Always aware. Always fresh. He is of 75 years age. So traveling. But whether it is winter, whether it is cold, he doesn't wear any other, only that half shirt. So there are many things which you gain in the path. I think your question is answered.
So we start a revolution, huh? We teach all the children this so that they...
Yeah, must.
So that
See, if you really love your children, you must teach them this thing. That you are not the body, not the mind, but in the game, because they are children, no? So you just sit, watch, close your eyes, then ask what you experienced. Any thought occurred to you? Yeah, thought came. So you notice the thought, yes. Then if you notice the thought, it means you must be something other than the thought. So you are not your thoughts. If this learning can be given in childhood, it will become very easy, it will go very deep. The greatest problem is that we accompany with the thought and emotions. What is emotion? A thought moving at fast speed. A thought which occurs in the mind once in a second or twice in a minute, if its speed is increased, if it occurs 10 times in a minute, 20 times in a minute, 30 times a minute, it becomes emotion and stress. And you are not able to stop the wheel. It's going on. You are trying a lot to go away, it comes again. Takes you with you itself. Lots of imagination starts coming from within the memory store, gets opened. Take any imagination, any. The thing was this, it creates this.
And the real thing is missed.
Real thing is missed. You enter in a fantasy world, imagination. Whether it is in anger or jealousy or anything. Go on imagining anything. Because we cannot dissociate ourselves from our thoughts. We have not been taught in that way. That should be the real teaching. Schools should be for this. Not to read physics and chemistry. I have read physics till my master, so I know how torturing it is. You memorize the things, you try to understand something which is useless to life. And then you become teacher, you start teaching the physics. Am I right? Learning how to learn the life is not taught anywhere. We are taught 15 years something very different from our life. And we are put into the life. Then real things come, real troubles come, and we face them.
I think a lot of learning we do as a child is also very conditioned.
Very conditioned.
Because it's conditioned from what our parents believe is right, which may not be the case, but as a child you look up to your parent and you pick up that.
Yeah,
So
of
it's
course.
all conditioned learning.
Conditioned learning. Conditioned
It
learning.
takes a long time to decondition that.
Long time. Decondition? Who is aware of deconditioning? Who wants to decondition? People are not aware. They think this is the ultimate thing. This is if you think of deconditioning, it means you have grown a step up. Otherwise, who thinks of deconditioning? All are living in conditions. With the conditioned mind, everyone has its own attitude, his own habits. We are nothing but a bundle of habits if you analyze with me now. What we are? How am I different from Nisha or Sapna or Krish? Your names I will ask and Archana. How am I different? I have certain set of habits. She has certain set of habits. This is what makes us different from each other. What else? We do have hardwares, softwares, energy, everything. Or looking frame, that's all. But habits that really differentiate us. So if habits can bind us, then new, good, positive habits can liberate us. This is the key. If these habits have done this much wrong to us, can we learn new habits? One more thing. These habits we have not learned willingly. These habits have been put into our consciousness or in our brain from our childhood. Unconscious learning. Up to the age of 7 years, the brain of a child is like empty CD. You can record anything on that. If you give very good parenting, the child will be very different. But parenting is an art, and most of the time we forget it. That parenting is the most sincere job. We are bringing up a human. We forget. We take the things for granted. This is what has happened to us also. So the self-correction takes a lot of pain and suffering. Now we are trying to correct ourselves by our own efforts. It could have been done in the childhood. She is very right when she asked that if we can impart this whole system in the childhood of a children, definitely new type of children will come up. There are some schools, they do something like this. But parenting at home is more important. Okay? So, now it's clear. All the problems are because of the vrittis. So, aim of the yoga is to stop the chitta vrittis.